So the House is going to voted yesterday, by the way, to remove Confederate statues from the Capitol, finally. But 120 Republicans voted nay.
Yeah.
After, cut number 10, please. After Kevin McCarthy made the dumbest speech ever.
Yeah.
All the statues being removed by this bill are statues of Democrats. Madam Speaker, as I heard the Speaker talk earlier about removing of the 4 portraits of speakers in the hall, the same answer goes for that as well. They were all Democrats.
Yes, and the Democrats are the ones who are asking to remove them.
Right. So I don't understand his speech.
Right. Well, it's weird because he's trying to make it sound like, oh, you're taking down your own statues. And Democrats are saying,
yes,
yeah, we are because we realize that there is a racist history in our party that we want to get rid of, and we want to recognize this, and we want to fix it and correct it.
So their party wants to still honor these Democrats.
Well, 120 of them do.
Yeah, I mean...
Right.
That was the dumbest...
That makes absolutely no sense.
It's the QAnon kind of logic to me.
But they're also trying to pin it on the Democrats and they're trying to say, oh, look, no, the Democrats are racist, Republicans aren't racist.
When you have to go back to Lincoln...
We're taking down our own racists.
Right.
They won't do that.
They won't do that.
No, they don't.
They won't even take them off committees, Paul Gosart.
Yeah, no kidding. And then he went on to talk about critical race theory.
America is not a racist country.
Well,
America must reject critical race theory for the simple reason state-sponsored racism is wrong and always will be. It was wrong when it was segregated lunch counters of Jim Crow. And it was wrong when it was segregated classrooms of critical race theory.
Huh?
He just equated critical race theory to Jim Crow laws.
Well, Jim Crow laws are a part of what critical race theory does teach because it talks about systemic racism.
Right,
and
it talks about the history of racism in America.
Right.
But under critical race theory, you can't teach Jim Crow laws. Ha-ha!
No, critical race theory is all about teaching about that.
You teach about the history.
No, I'm saying he wants to get rid of critical race theory. But if you get rid of critical race theory, you can't teach about Jim Crow.
That's true. Well, I mean, and critical race theory, like we have been saying, is taught in law schools. It's an elective course. Not every law school has it. And it's
not taught in elementary school like these people, these idiots are.
Exactly, and it's about institutional racism and how laws have affected how black folks and other minorities have been systemically oppressed, and teaching law students what laws did what to whom, redlining, putting freeways in the middle of towns, things like that. And so it teaches you that so that you can understand it and hopefully change the laws to stop this from continuing.
Yes.
And that's a good thing. I mean, for him to say that the Democrats have tried to remove the memorials of these leaders for years and years and years. So for him to just, it's an old ex-relative, well, it's not an ex-relative, an ex-boyfriend of one of my sisters, would argue with me, well, it was the Democrats that were the slaveholders. It was the Democrats that did, and I'm like, you have to go back to Lincoln you literally have to go back to Lincoln to go Republicans aren't racist? Because the party switched.
Yeah.
They just did in the 60s.
Yeah, it was around the civil rights.
Civil rights. It was, Johnson knew he was going to lose the South.
Yeah.
And so literally people switched parties, and that's just what happened. I probably would have been a Republican in the 40s and 50s.
Yeah.
Right.
Very likely, except for FDR, who was great. But I probably would, because the Republicans got women the vote. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
You know, so.
But the party switched
A long time ago.
Yeah.
And so it's like,